Hey, so my name's Gus. I'm from New York. I'm in my mid-30s. I've attempted YouTube channels before, and in fact, I chronicled my entire journey through having top surgery on a YouTube channel that I don't currently use anymore um, because I hadn't yet come out as trans on the channel, and it just kind of felt weird after a while to still be using it, even though I, in essence, changed my identity. Did I not have the fucking volume on? I don't know what I'm doing. I wanted to make this video because so many. It's just, you think when you start your transition or whatever it is that you're doing, you think that you know exactly what your path is going to be. It's not going to waver at all. You set things up, you think that they're gonna just go that way, nothing is gonna influence you, and that's all crap, because I started out this journey with testosterone not even on the table. I was like, nope, I'm non-binary, I'm just gonna get top surgery, I don't need to go on testosterone, I don't care, blah blah blah. I think a lot of this, like the first awakening I had that my transition was not going to go the way that I had expected it to go, was when I got back to New York after having top surgery in Florida, and I was walking around the city, and I was still being misgendered as female like 50 times a day. And in my head, I was like, how is that possible? I have no boobs anymore. I have a completely flat chest. Why aren't they seeing that? Like, is that not a condition? Not condition. Is that not like a tell of somebody's gender? Like, don't you look at somebody's chest? Maybe you don't. Maybe it was just me obsessing about other people's chests because I was so obsessed with hating mine that I would focus all of my energy on, oh, that person has a chest, that person doesn't. I don't know, maybe I was doing the same thing to other people that they do to me, which is assume their gender based on their body parts, which I don't think that's not what trans people want. Except that I think some of us do, because we want our gender expression to affirm our gender identity to a certain extent. Like, I am not speaking for everybody. I'm speaking for the transmasculine people that I know. The point is to perform gender in a masculine way because it reaffirms the. For me, it reaffirms my gender, which is transmasculine, which is not male, but masculine. Not genderqueer. I feel like I have a very fixed point with my gender. Therefore, like, it doesn't vary from day to day or minute to minute. I don't have masculine days versus female days. I just have my days. And so, this issue of misgendering, which, if you've watched my other videos, I think I touched on it a little bit, but, it's, oh god, I don't know, today's a really heavy day. I actually got my name changed legally this morning, which is kind of amazing that that's done. But anyway, I'm rambling so much, I just had to kind of get this out there into the ether, though. My feelings about testosterone have greatly shifted because I realized that the body that I'm in right now is not representative of my gender. And I'm still having major body dysphoria, largely in part to other people's perceptions of me. And I'm fighting the battle between letting that be okay, meaning like knowing who I am internally and not breaking every time I get misgendered by somebody who doesn't know me. But this is fucking difficult. Because, like, how are you supposed to continuously go through your day being misgendered and keep brushing that off. Like, I know some people that are like, oh, it's fine, it's society, society has to change, you just have to be yourself, you have to be patient, you have to wait it out. I don't know, because am I supposed to then wait 25, 30, 40 years for society to catch up? Similarly, to how it happened with the rest of the LGB in the community. It took 20 years for people to look at someone like me and be able to say ma'am, you know? And I kind of hate that that's become so comfortable, that somebody could read me as a masculine female and use female pronouns for me, when that is like so not what I'm going for. I used to identify as butch. I don't identify. Actually, it's so hard, because my butch identity was really important to me for most of my 20s. It was very important that I be visibly gay, queer, whatever you want to call it. And I felt that my butch identity kind of helped me to remain visibly queer. But it's not that I don't want to be visibly queer. I don't want to be read as female. And those two may not be mutually exclusive, but in my life right now, they are. I walk down the street and I get gendered as a masculine woman. I do not get gendered as a non-binary person, simply because that doesn't cross consciousness of probably 99% of the people I meet. Once in a while, like if I'm wearing a baseball hat, I'll get gendered male, and they'll use sir, which feels great because at least there's an acknowledgement of my masculinity. There's some affirming feeling about that. Do I feel like sir is the end of the line for me in terms of pronouns or honorifics? No. It's less wrong than she, her, ma'am. There is no honorific for neutral people, so I always say I prefer captain. Like, excuse me, captain. Hey, captain, what's up? But you're not going to tell that to strangers. You're not going to have that conversation with the clerk at Duane Reade. It's just not going to happen. You're never going to see these people again. Even if you see them like once a week, if you go to the same place and you always stop in for, a drink on your way to somewhere. You're not going to have a gender conversation with the checkout clerk. You're just not going to. So those moments are particularly difficult because they happen over and over, and part of me wants to invest time and energy into saying, hey, you don't have to call me ma'am. You don't have to say thank you, ma'am, have a nice day, ma'am, whatever it is. Just say have a nice day. Is that going to stick? Is it worth my energy, my time, to go and have this conversation with somebody? I have no idea. Is it those micro conversations? And I'm only saying micro because they're momentary, right? Are those little conversations going to actually make a difference that has a ripple effect into the rest of society? Like, is that one clerk at Duane Reade going to go home to her family and say, I met this person today who was talking about gender and how we shouldn't say have a nice day, ma'am or sir, even if it seems polite, because it leaves out a giant contingent of people who don't identify with sir or ma'am. Is she going to go translate that to her family in a way that they're going to understand? Are they going to go Google what trans means, what non-binary gender means? I don't know. Is the fact that I'm not sharing those things preventing the conversation from potentially having a ripple effect? Like, can I actually make that difference, however small it is? If there are 3 people in my life that I see on a constant basis, is it worth informing them? Is it? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if anybody's asking these questions. I wonder about this all the time. Oh god, this video has just turned into a rant because I have a lot swirling around in my head today. I originally wanted to talk about my feelings about going on testosterone. Maybe I should just cut it here and do another video. I think I'm going to do that. So, yeah. I would love thoughts and comments if anybody actually sees this about how they handle misgendering every day in the world, and specifically their thoughts about having these conversations with select people in their lives that they're not directly involved with. Is that a good way of putting it? I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching.